All right, hey class, this is Mr. Pohosky speaking. This is 1.6 day 2. We're talking about compound inequalities today. This should be a little bit of a shorter lesson, but still very important. So take good notes, ask questions during class, and let's get into it. So a compound inequality is a statement where two inequalities are joined by and or. And or. All right? And as an example, it says 3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 7, can be rewritten as we need two inequalities here. Let's break this up into two inequalities. So I know I'm going to have x is less than 7. What would the other one be? Well, I could write 3 is less than or equal to x, but how would I rewrite that with the x on the left-hand side? I would write x is greater than or equal to 3. Okay? And what I want you to write over here above the sandwich, it's above the and, it's going to be a sandwich, okay? Write the and in capital letters like this. And is a sandwich, okay? We're going to sandwich the numbers between them. All right, let's graph this bad boy. So we have 3 and 7, which are both numbers to the right at 0. So I'm going to move 0 a little bit farther to the left to make it easier to see everything. And the eyeball, I'm going to put 3 right here. 7's going to be about right... right here. Okay, so x is greater than or equal to 3. Is that an open or a closed circle on 3? It's going to be a closed circle on 3. Shaded which direction? To the right. I'm going to draw an arrow right now for now. And then we have x is less than 7. Open or closed circle on 7. It's going to be a open circle on 7. Shaded to the left or to the right? To the left. Okay. So we're actually going to, these are overlapping, so we're going to erase these, and what we're going to do is we're just going to connect them. It's a sandwich, okay? They connect in the middle. Okay? It's a little goofy, so because if you were to keep going, basically you're going to go they overlap between 3 and 7, that's going to be our sandwich, all right? Numbers that are greater than or equal to 3 and less than 7 means either or, it needs to be both of those things are between 3 and 7. All right. That's all you got to really know is that you're going to sandwich them because those are the numbers that satisfy both equations, basically, or both inequalities. All right, next one. We have x is greater than 5 or x is less than or equal to 1. So or is going to be like the oars of a boat. Oars of a boat. So we go like this. Here's our line. We go something like this. And something like this. Okay. So we're going to graph both of these on the same line, and you'll see what they're going to kind of look like here. So we have x is greater than 5. We have x is less than or equal to 1. I'm going to move 0 to the left a little bit farther here. So x is less than or equal to 1. Start with the smaller number when you're graphing. It makes it easier to know where to put stuff. So I'm going to put 1 right here. So x is less than or equal to 1. Is that an open or a closed circle on 1? That's a closed circle on 1. Shaded to the left or to the right? All numbers that are less than 1. 0 is less than or equal to 1. So 0 is true. 0 is less than or equal to 1. So we're going to shade, to the left. That's a bad arrow. And then we have x is greater than 5. I'm going to put 5 over here. Is that an open or a closed circle on 5? It's an open circle on 5. Shade to the left or to the right? To the right. You see how it's kind of like the oars of a boat? Like we imagine like oars, like the oars are like the paddles that you use to paddle down a river or whatever. Those are like the oars of a boat. Whereas a sandwich, it's shaded in between like this. These are like the oars of a boat. All right? Hopefully that makes sense, right? So numbers that are bigger than 3 and less than 7 are all these numbers in between here. Numbers that are greater than 5 are all numbers to the right. All numbers that are less than or equal to 1 are right here. But these numbers, like 2, let's check 2 for a second here. So we have 2. Is 2 greater than 5 or no? It is not. Is 2 less than or equal to 1? It is also not less than or equal to 1. So that's why we didn't shade in the middle. The shading represents solutions. It represents which numbers will work in these inequalities. Okay? All right, now we're going to be doing some solving of any compound inequalities. Let's go ahead and use, oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, so use a new color. Okay, so we are solving compound inequalities. Okay, now these and sandwich problems, you're going to treat them like they are, like you have two equations happening here. Like you have an equal sign here and an equal sign here. So what you do to the middle, you're going to do to both other sides. Okay, that's the shortcut for this. Okay, so if we had, just imagine this isn't here for a second. If we had 2y plus 4 equals 6, what would be the first thing you would do to solve this? You would subtract 4, right? So we're going to subtract 4 from here, and from here. We're going to do it to all three sides. The left, the middle, and the right. So negative 9 minus 4 is going to be negative, what, 13? It's less than 2y, which is less than 6 minus 4 is 2. Now again, imagine this isn't here. 2y is equal to 2. How would you solve that? You would divide by 2. So now our new equation is going to be negative 13 over 2 is less than y, which is less than 2 over 2 is going to be 1. Now what's 13 over 2 as a decimal? Let's figure that out. Well, 2 goes into 13 6 times, then we have 1/2 left over, so it's going to be negative 6.5. That's to kind of help us graph this a little bit. All right, so we got negative 6.5 is pretty far to the left, and we have 1. So I'm going to put 0 a little bit farther to the right here. Got a 1 right there. Now I'm going to graph negative 6 and negative 7. And I'm going to put, okay, let's go ahead and graph these now. So these are both or this is a sandwich, right? So we're going to be between 6.5, we're going to put an open circle here. I feel like I didn't goof that. Okay, and then we're going to put an open circle on 1. And it's a sandwich. The numbers that are greater than negative 6.5 and less than 1 are the numbers that are between these two right here. That's going to be our sandwich. Okay? This is our final answer right here for the solution. Okay? So for the sandwich ones, it's a little tricky. We haven't really seen much of this except from like Algebra 1. But OR ones are a little bit easier because you kind of solve them separately and bring them together at the end. Let's go through an OR problem here, all right? We have negative 2x plus 7 is less than 3, or 3x plus 5 is less than or equal to 2. So we're going to solve these separately. So if we had 2x plus 7 equals 3, what would you do first? You would subtract 7. So now we're going to have negative 2x is less than what? Negative 4. Now what do? Divide by negative 2. Is there anything we need to be careful about when we divide by negative 2? We got to flip the inequality. I kind of gave it away. I already wrote it. But we need to flip the inequality when we multiply or divide by a negative number. Be very careful with that. Okay? Now let's solve 3x plus 5 is less than or equal to 2. What do we do first? We're going to subtract 5. 3x is less than or equal to what? Negative 3. Next step is to divide by 3. X is less than or equal to negative 1. Put or in the middle here. Okay? So our final answer is going to be or. We need to keep the or for these or problems. Okay? So let's graph this. We got 2 and we got negative 1. That's kind of a good split. So we're going to put 0 in the middle here. Negative 1 and 2. It's an or problem. So we need x is greater than 2. So is that going to be open or a closed circle on 2? It's going to be an open circle on 2. Shaded to the right or to the left? What number is, let's test 0, right? Is 0 greater than 2 or not? 0 is not greater than 2, so we're going to shade the opposite direction. We're going to shade away from 0. Let's test negative 1. Is 0 less than or equal to negative 1 or no? 0 is not less than or equal to negative 1, so we're going to shade away from 0 with the other one, too, which is going to be a closed circle on negative 1, shaded this direction. And see, it's like the oars of a boat. It's like you're paddling, you know, you're trying to, your engine's out on your boat. It's kind of a morbid thought, but you're paddling down the river like a canoe or whatever, all right? Okay. All right, 2 more examples to do here. If you would like to pause the video and give these a try, that might be a good idea. Go ahead and try these on your own. All right, welcome back. We actually have to, we actually have to fix this problem. We need to fix this. This needs to be less than or equal to, and less than or equal to right here for both of these. Sorry about that if you already tried the problem, but it's just going to change it a little bit. So we have 5 is less than or equal to 3x minus 4, which is less than or equal to 8. Okay, how do we solve this now? What's the first step? Imagine this is in here. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 4. Add 4 to all 3 sides. 5 plus 4 is 9, less than or equal to 3x, which is less than or equal to 12. Next step is to divide 3 on all 3 sides. We get 3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 4. And we got our sandwich. All right, we're going to graph it now. So between 3 and 4, I'm going to put 0 a little farther to the left here. We got 3. We got 4. That's not actually good. Here's 4. They're both closed circles. Closed circles. We're going to shade between them. Okay. Last one. We have example 4. We got 6y plus 4 is less than 10, or 2y minus 11 is greater than or equal to 15. We're going to solve these separately and put or at the end. Keep the or where it is. What's the first step with the one on the left here? We're going to subtract 4. 6y is less than 6. Next step, divide by 6. So y is less than 1. Other one, we got 2y minus 11 is greater than or equal to 15. We're going to do what first? We're going to add 11. Get 2y is greater than or equal to what? 26. Divide by 2. We need to flip the inequality or no? We didn't. We divided, but we didn't divide by a negative, right? Or multiply by a negative. So we have y is less than 1, or y is greater than or equal to 13. It's or those things. All right, cool. So we're gonna we have 0 and we have 1 and 13. So I'm gonna put 0 pretty far to the left. Put 1 right here. Put 13 right here. Open or close circle on 1 if it's just less than. It's not equal to, so it's going to be an open circle shaded to the left. It's numbers that are less than 1 are to the left, right? And then we have a closed circle on 13. Shaded which direction? Which numbers are bigger than 13? Those are going to be to the right. And it's an or problem, so they're going to be like the ors of a boat. All right, that's it for today's lesson. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we will talk soon.